Hello there and welcome to the Bit of Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. I'm of course George. Welcome along to the channel, everybody. It's on the post-match reaction from me, and it's a cup misery for Leeds United. It's birthday misery for me. It's my birthday today. Leeds United always know how to spoil a party, don't they? And they have done it today for me. And for everybody else who wasn't their birthdays. Incidentally, let me know if it was your birthday in the comments there below. And we can be miserable together tonight. What a real sham that was for Leeds. Really poor. And there's been a lot of support for Daniel Farke's sacking after this game, or in the game as well, obviously. And for me, I'm all here for it. I'm here for Daniel Farke to be sacked. I was calling for it a long time ago, really. You know, in particular after the playoff final defeat at the end of last season. Um, we won't talk about the starting line. I know it's a cup match, and people will say, well, maybe you're overreacting or this, that, and the other. It's not an overreaction. This is what I felt for some time. Cup game, fair play to Boro, whatever. It's a massive win for them because they see a rivalry between Leeds and Middlesbrough. I don't personally, but I know there's Middlesbrough fans out there which see this as a huge game, so they'll be absolutely delighted with this result. And why would you not be? A 3-0 win away from home, fair enough. Look, Leeds United weren't good enough at all, right from the get-go. I mean, you could say, the best moment was in the first few minutes for Leeds where Junior Firpo sees his shot saved by the goalkeeper, should have scored. Ifs and buts and maybes, but if he scores that, it's a completely different game to what it ended up being. He missed. After that, I think that was Leeds' best chance, really. Toothless, lethargic, not quick enough in possession, Leeds United. Really poor. Middlesbrough was definitely first half. I thought after maybe the first sort of 20 minutes, Middlesbrough sort of took control of this game. You've got to say, as poor as Leeds United were defensively, especially in that second half, obviously, the likes of Jones, Isaiah Jones, isn't it? And Dig still, as poor as he was at Elland Road, I remember him getting sent off, didn't he, last season? Obviously, probably wanted a point to prove, scored his goal. He was decent. I know he got man of the match, didn't he, off Sky Sports, I think. So he was decent. Their fullbacks, they had quick, attackers. We know Bergzorg, obviously from playing from neighbouring Huddersfield last season. I thought when Town came to Leeds, I thought Bergzorg was definitely their best player by a country mile. Didn't do a great deal in this game and got himself a goal, but we weren't good enough. We weren't good enough, but if you have a look at their goals, obviously it's 0-0 at half time. Like I said, Leeds, for all Middlesbrough's kind of attacking threat towards the end of the first half, they didn't really have many chances. I thought Leeds were pretty comfortable in the defence generally. But the second half, it just fell apart, and that's twice in the space of 4 days where we've conceded 3 goals at home in the opening 2 games of the season. Really concerning for Leeds. And the defence was so open. It was so easy for Middlesbrough in that second half to carve Leeds United apart. And they did at will, really, almost. It could have been, if they had a bit more accuracy about their shooting, it could have been more than 3. I thought, obviously, Deke Steele, he gets his goal, puts them 1-0 up on the 50th minute. I mean, the co-commentator, I don't know who he was, but he was waxing lyrical about this goal. I'm thinking, the lads picked the ball up just inside the Leeds United half. There is literally nobody pressing him to, pressing the ball. There's nobody running forward to him, trying to defend that goal. There's nobody there. I could have scored that. You know, the finish was not all that either. It took Darlow, who I don't rate at all, probably should have done a bit better in the goal. But it's 1-0, and then 7 minutes later, is it Bergzorg gets his goal, but it all comes from, I think, way up the field. I think it's Max Vober who had an awful match. If you've got to be real about it, he was terrible. Had already slipped over just after the first goal and almost gave them an opportunity to score a second goal. He was awful. It was an infield pass, got cut out. Ampadu tries to intercept the through ball, misses it, mistimes his attempt, goes through to Bergzorg, who again the finish is questionable, but it's in the net. So from a Boro point of view, who gives a toss? Off the post, he slips slightly, I think, and off the post and in. And that's game done on 57 minutes or something like that. Coburn adds the third. Again, from our point of view, awful defensively, awful, just awful. And you can say Boro play well, they won 3-0. Did they really play that well? I don't think they really had to play too well. Bill gets on, doesn't he, for Boro, in place of Howson, of course. Former player to former Leeds player. Howson also handed over the captain's armband to Bill, who I think he did captain Boro on Saturday as well. And yeah, it was just awful. And I think, let me know your thoughts in the comments there below. Is it time for Fart to go? Do we make the change early in the season and say, hey, let's just bite the bullet and have done with him? Or do we give him a bit more time? Or do we see our chances slipping away? Because it's only 2 games in. Obviously, 1 game in the league. I don't really care much for the cup, but I think it's just the manner of the defeat that is very frustrating, really, because, yeah, it didn't really need to go down like that. It's the manner of the defeat, it's the manner of the performance, it's the worrying sign of no defence. I don't know what happened. And like I said, adding to the 3 goals we conceded at home on Saturday as well. Another 3 tonight. It's, where do we go defensively? Because on paper, it's one of the strongest in the league, you would have said. But that old cliche, football is not won on paper. And I think, yeah, Middlesbrough, it was all in front of Middlesbrough, really. They didn't really have to try too hard. And like I said, the co-commentator was, yeah, he can go in the bin for me, to be fair. It was very difficult to listen to, and he always is, but there you go. But yeah, Boro win. We're out the cup. We were never going to win it anyway, but the manner of the defeat really is, you have to question Fark now. And it's just the nature of the whole thing, and it's always the same. I don't care what minute of the game it is. It's usually around the 60, 65th minute, 60 to 70th minute, shall we say. If the game's not going our way, just throw on a load of players, attackers, whatever, and see what comes out of it. That's basically the tactic, and it has been for some time. It's not good enough. The squad need a proper tactical manager, not a fella who just stands on the sideline with his arms folded or whatever, not knowing what the hell to do, but throw a load of people on all at once. It happens far too much. It's not good enough. I've been in that camp for a long, long time. But thank you very much for watching. Give me your thoughts in the comments there below. Any Boro fans as well. Everybody's welcome here. How much did you enjoy that win? Obviously, like I said, for some, there is a rivalry between the two sides. I think, like I said, it is probably more Boro than Leeds, but so be it. These things are what they are. And, give me your thoughts. Thanks a lot for watching. March on together. I'll see you on the next one.